This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.
He literally was trying to set it up to be so perfect to where there will be no mistakes had. To where like we literally was going to go on a heist. If we was going to do that, we was going to literally go on the heist, take all this merchandise and get away with it scot-free. Welcome back to the Altgeld Kingpins YouTube Channel, where we talk about confidential informants. Now in this episode, once again, it's a story time. I'm going to tell you guys about real life stories of me dealing with confidential informants. And this special story came because I actually seen the guy yesterday. Like, it was so interesting. I was recording videos and I went to the kitchen to basically like give me something to eat, to take a little break from recording videos. And some told me look out the window. Like, I look out the window and it's the guy like literally walking past. I'm like, I ain't seen his ass in forever. Like, I'm about to go do a story time. So let me show you how the story goes. All these story times that I explained to you guys, like all of these is 10 plus years old, 7 plus years old. So the statute of limitations is up on whatever I talk about. I understand that. But it's not that I did a crime or anything. I just want to tell you that all this is from past years, so you guys just know. So the story goes, I don't know what year it actually is, but I'm chilling at my uncle's house, whatever, like, you know, chilling with my uncle, my other uncle's over there. So I come in town, I'm, hey, what's going on, whatever, woo, woo, woo. So, you know, we talking, you know, they drinking beers and all that stuff. You know, I'm sitting there chilling with them, talking to them, cracking jokes, all that stuff. Like, you know, it's a real family time. And it's this guy over there. So I don't know him, but he over there. So I assume that my people them know him. So, hey, it's not my house. He's over here, so I don't know. So, you know, I'm introduced to him and all this stuff. So, they, yeah, this so-and-so, so-and-so. So I'm, hey, you know, nice to meet you, whatever this day, you know, being nice as always. So now time go by, I come back. Leave, go home back to Chicago, come back to Iowa again. You know, whenever I'm in town, wherever I go, if I got family in the area, I stop at the house. So I come to my uncle's house again. So I'm stopping at my uncle's house, saying what's up, my uncle, whatever this, that, because I don't get to see him that often. So I'm talking to him, and the friend is there again. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, you know, now I'm familiar with the guy. So, you know, hey, how's it going? So long story short, now we familiar with each other. So now one day we just over there and we just chilling and everything, like, and he gets to acting weird. Like, when I say he get to acting weird, So I don't want to give away specifics, but I'm gonna say that he lived somewhere, like where he lived at. He once lived somewhere, and I knew his landlord. So now this is what's so crazy. He lived somewhere and I knew his landlord. I guess he didn't know that me and the landlord knew each other or anything like that. So he just assumed he could just tell me anything. So what he tried to tell me is,
oh man, I gotta take the landlord to court because the landlord trying to say that I didn't get the rent money when I know damn well I gave the rent money.
I'm like, dang, that's crazy, whatever this, that. Like, man, dang, so the landlord stole your rent money, then said you did. He like, yeah. So I'm like, what? How did you pay your rent? He, oh man,
I put the rent money in the envelope and taped the envelope to my door.
Okay, so if you guys out there that's renters or mortgagers or however you guys may live in your property or own your property, you know that when it comes down to rent or mortgage, you're supposed to give them the money. That way you know they got the money because you gave them the money, right? He said that he literally put the money in the envelope, closed the envelope, and taped the envelope to his door, living in the building where there's 8 other people that live in the building. So how did you expect the landlord to just go over there and just get this without anybody else seeing the envelope first? Talk with the landlord. Landlord say, wasn't no envelope on the door. So now the landlord wants to kick him out. So now the landlord's kicking him out, and that he has no money, because I would assume that he didn't have no money because he couldn't pay his rent, because that's just how it was at the time. So now I come around again, and now he has a story to tell. So his dad owns a business, and he worked for his dad. So now
he, oh man, yeah, my dad's an asshole, whatever, this is that, this, and I'm in need for some money, so I want to try to help you guys out.
Speaking to me and my family, I'm looking like, help you guys out? What the fuck is he talking about? Like, so, okay, what do you mean you gonna help us out?
Okay, so I know when my dad gets the truckloads in. I know what time they unload the trucks. I know what days the trucks are coming in, and some of the trucks are still full with the merchandise, and nobody never took it out yet. So I'll let you guys know when, and I'll tell you guys when. Turn the cameras off.
So he trying to set up a whole heist. Like this is why I say informant situations and how crazy it is. So now listen to this. You got to understand, once you get over a certain amount of money of stealing, you going federal. So he was telling us that his dad was actually like getting these truckloads of merchandise for $10,000, but the retail value of the merchandise he could sell at $100,000 if he sold every item for retail value. But you know, a lot of stores got sales, half off this, 20% off this, up to 70% off, all that type of stuff. So the least he can make is probably like $50,000. That's still literally making a killing, like in reality. So it's still making a killing. So he like,
yeah, he gets it for $10,000. I mean, you guys could just go take a whole truck, and then you guys could go just sell it.
Now I'm looking like, why he coming up with this? Why is he producing this information and trying to offer it to us? And then how we supposed to sell his merchandise? Then we don't understand how to sell this merchandise. Like I'm not understanding. So everything didn't add up. And like I told you guys in another informant story, like where this guy literally tried to put everything on me. Like, oh, you do this, you do this, you do this. And that's the same thing what he was doing with my family. So now imagine they inebriated, you know, they drunk, they drinking their beers and all that stuff. Me, I'm sober than a dope. So I'm looking at him like, nah, I don't understand why would we even put ourselves in a situation like that. I'm like, and then that's your dad. Why would you steal from your dad?
No, he's not my family. You guys are my family.
Bro, we don't even fucking know you. I definitely don't know you. Like, but how are we your family? Like, so he was just literally trying to script us in. But I really personally think that he was in some type of financial troubles, and I think he was possibly in some type of legal troubles because of how the story went. Like, he literally was trying to set it up to be so perfect to where there will be no mistakes had. To where like we literally was going to go on a heist. If we was going to do that, we was going to literally go on the heist, take all this merchandise, and get away with it scot-free. That's not what's going to happen because there's cameras around. And then if you don't understand, it's a semi full of merchandise. We would have to go to that semi with another semi to take everything. That's the logic. I'm understanding that. If we don't take the whole semi, we still would need a semi driver to go and hook that the trailer to this semi, and then we roll off with whatever. But it's like, that's not how that go. Like, no, like, and the business is in the area to where it's a busy street. Not only is it a busy street, listen to this. The police station is literally not too far from the business. Like that. Insanity. So I'm looking at it like now, during the situation when all this was going on, I was just like, man, no, that don't sound right. No, I ain't no thief. I don't do no stuff like that. Like, and I don't know why you telling my uncle them that. Like, man, they drunk right now. Like, so, you know, whatever they say, you can't even really take that with a grain of salt. Like, they just talking like that. He don't know how to drive a semi. He don't know how to drive a semi. Don't damn one of them know how to sell this merchandise. So you could just stop talking to them. You know, I'm trying to get him to stop talking to my uncle before he end up getting my uncles into some trouble because of his troubles. I'm understanding it, but I didn't understand it in detail right then and there. Now me understanding this informant stuff, it's like, ooh, he possibly was trying to set us up for the okie doke, like what we was gonna guarantee be all the way ball bag and locked up. Because when they would have charged us, if we would have chose to go steal the stuff, we would have got charged not with the wholesale value, but with the retail value. So now that's $100,000. Everybody going to jail. And he would have got away scot-free because he would have said,
they made me tell him that information.
So I'm already understanding that. So it's crazy talking about this story, but this is like a real life story. Like, and me seeing him yesterday, like literally I'm just looking like, why is he walking past here and he know all the stuff that he done did here? Like, it's crazy. Like I told you guys in the other video, like, well, one of them, my uncle used to live where I live at now. Like, my uncle used to live there. So this is where the conversations was being had while I still live now. So when he walking past outside, I'm just looking like, he know where he's walking past. Like, he knows that. So it's not like he just in the neighborhood and, no. I never seen him since then. This was my first time seeing him with my own 2 eyes. Now, granted, he's added me on Facebook and he got all this stuff going on and all this and that, but that's the internet. I barely be on it anyway. But seeing him in real life and he's just walking and just looking around, and I'm like, dang, let me go make this story. So I want you guys to understand this. That's not the whole story. I gotta tell you the rest of the part of the story so you guys can really understand. So now once he's seen that I wasn't going for it, and my uncle then was listening to me and saying like, no, talk to our nephew. He the smart one in the family. You gotta talk to him. He get him all the details and he'll tell us. So I'm like, yeah, let me talk to this guy, cause now I'm thinking that he's originally a friend. That's what I was introduced to him as. Like, oh yeah, he's a friend. I'm like, okay, he's supposed to be a friend of the family, but in reality, what he's saying and how he trying to set it up, he on some other shit. Okay, so now we chilling. So now he tell me,
hey, I want to take you out.
So yeah, so he ended up telling me like, hey, let's go out for some drinks. I'm like, fuck it, let me go now. Get him one-on-one. Now I could really kind of get a good feel for him. Like, let me see how he really is as a person. Is he really a friend of the family, or is he really a sneakily enemy of the family, or is he just in some troubles that he just want to put his troubles off of him and put them on to somebody in my family, particularly me or my uncles or something? So I'm like, all right, let's go out. So we end up walking to a bar. We walk to a bar. He know the owner, but it's his area and everything. So that's nothing wrong with that. Me, hey, so. No, we end up drinking a beer. So we start off with a beer, we sitting there drinking a beer, and then he ordered a shot I never heard of, never had, or any of that. He ordered a shot. Man, let's go ahead and take a shot, toast, whatever. So we just having regular conversations. We're not talking about the situation. We just getting to know one another. We take the shot, bam. Now we take the shot. We drinking a beer, and
come on, let's go back.
I'm like, all right, come on, let's go back. Now I'm a little lit, but as I'm lit, I'm feeling a little different. Like it's not the normal regular lit. Like I said, all I did was took one shot and I drank one beer and I was already lit. And I'm looking like, no, this is not that regular lit. At that time, all them years ago, I was going to the club. I was getting lit, so I know how I feel to get lit, and I know one shot would have never did that to me. So I'm feeling like something is up. So we walking back, and I'm like, hold on, real quick. Like I'll meet you in there. My body literally pushed everything out of me. Like when I say it pushed everything out of me, I'm on the side of the building throwing up, like literally throwing up. And I'm like, why am I throwing up? But it's dark, so I couldn't see. But in the morning after I threw up, I went back out there and I was throwing up nothing but red. Now, I don't know what I was throwing up red. I'm pretty sure it wasn't blood, because then I'll probably need to go to the hospital. But I don't know if I probably ate some Flaming Hots that day, or if I ate some red that day, or what it was. But when I looked at it, it was red. And I'm looking like, oh my God, like, what the hell did he put in that drink? Or was it the bartender? Or like, now I'm thinking like, wait, did he put something in that drink? Or like, what's really going on? But think about that. This person is literally getting you drunk and trying to get you drunk for you to get into the conversation of saying, hey, yeah, we're gonna do this, yeah, we're gonna do this. But luckily I was smart enough to, once I seen that I threw up, I didn't talk to him no more. I just went in the house and I went my ass to sleep, because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So it's like, I'm telling this story to show y'all the extent that things can happen. Like, you gotta really understand, like, that when they're authorized to do a crime and they're told to go get this information, hey, however you get it, we just need you to get it. That's covering the agents and the agency's ass, because they're not specifically telling them, hey, go drug this person, hey, go get this person drunk, hey, go have sex with them. They're not saying that. They leaving it so open and vaguely saying, do what you gotta do to get the information. So now they have to, in their own mind, come up with what they gonna do. So getting me drunk, trying to drug me, all that stuff. I guess he thought that was gonna get me to agree with what he was saying, and I was gonna tell my uncle like, yeah, we should do it, we should. And the whole time after I threw up, I went to sleep. I'm like, man, no, I can't be messing with him. After that, I'll never mess with him again or nothing. And every time he was around, I kind of just watched him. Hey, you want to drink? No, I'm straight. I'm sober right now. I ain't trying to drink. Whatever. Woo. So I'm pretty sure he picked up on that. Like, oh yeah, he must know. Yeah, but he didn't know that I threw up. I kept that to myself. So if he would have known I threw up, then he would have known whatever it was in that drink. If it was something in that drink, my stomach didn't take to it, and my stomach regurgitated it out of me. So I was glad for that, definitely. So I just want to let you guys know, like, this stuff, these are real stories, like, and it's so crazy because when I was living through it, I wasn't thinking how I'm thinking now. So I just thought, like, hey, this just happened. Like, man, maybe I just threw up because the shot was too strong. That's what I was thinking then. I was coming up with so many excuses. But now me understanding the entirety and looking at the situation away from it and seeing everything that was going on, it's like, yeah, bro, he was trying to do that to you. He was for real trying to do that to you. So it's like, dang, that's crazy. But this person's supposed to have been a friend of your family when the whole time they wasn't really a friend. And then seeing them after so long, it's like, it just brought up all these memories and everything. But yeah, he literally was trying to set my family up, like, for real, like, get them in all sorts of trouble. And it was like, I'm not understanding why, but like I said, with this informant stuff, you understand why. People trying to get themselves out of trouble, people trying to get themselves out of financial woes where they need the money. And when he was talking about his father, maybe his father had fired him or wasn't allowing him to make as much money as he needed to make. He also had a girlfriend that was taking him for all of his money. So he literally was trying to pay for her, so he never had no money. So she taking his money, like this, I learned all this from him. And she taking his money and doing whatever she want to with it, and then she leave him when he ain't got no money. So now she only giving him love when he have money. But once he got money, let's say he had 5,000, she gonna spend the whole 5,000 and then be gone. So what he need to do is have an unlimited amount of money in order to keep this girl around. What she was doing to him, I have no clue. What she had, what mind games she was playing with him, I have no clue. I don't know why I would have literally just left her alone. That was me. But he had all these situations that was going on, and it was just crazy. So that's why I said when we went out to drink, that's why I was getting all this information from him. Like, I was talking to him like a regular man, like, oh man, I do this, I did this, and he telling me his family woes and stuff, and I'm like, damn, he in a situation. So it's like, just because you can feel sympathy for a person because they're in a situation, you got to understand that you didn't put them in that situation. But the situation that they trying to put you in, you don't deserve that. So never keep yourself in that situation knowing that this person is in trouble and they trying to get me in trouble. And hey, I feel sympathy for them, but you don't feel that much damn sympathy for them that you rather put yourself in their situation or put yourself behind bars so they can get out of their situation. Never feel that much sympathy. So I'm gonna leave it at this because I brought up a portion of this story that I want to talk about a different group of informants that I was dealing with because the same thing happened. So I told y'all that I went, I drank the little shot, came and I threw up. I done drunk and got drunk so many times when I lived in Chicago that I rarely threw up, if any times I threw up. But the times that I was here in Iowa, like dealing with like a lot of these informants, there's been several times I went out drinking with people and then I would throw up without even reaching my maximum drinking limit. So I know it had to be something extra in them drinks that my body wasn't accepting. So I'm gonna talk about that with a different group, not just one person. This story is about one person. Next story, I'm gonna tell you about a group of people that I was hanging with and the situations that I was putting myself in and that they was putting me in to try to get me into trouble. So that's the end of this video. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, donate to the channel. Copy some of the Altgeld Kingpins merchandise. Like I said, all donations, buy me a book. I love reading, I love getting and gathering knowledge, and I love bringing it to you guys and talking to you guys. So if you like these type of stories and you're interested in informants and the things that they'll do to get the information and all that stuff, binge watch all the old videos. And I thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.